Welcome to Beyond the Box.
Real hoops, real growth, real truth.
Today we'll be talking about the truth about confidence.
Confidence gets through around like it's magic. Players say, I just need confidence. Players say, coaches kill their confidence. Let's clear this up. Confidence isn't given, it's built. And it's built through preparation, repetition, and character.
Today we'll break down what real confidence is, how faith plays into it, why playing time affects it, and how recruiting exposes fake confidence fast.
Fake confidence. Confidence without preparation is ignorance. Fake confidence. Fake confidence.
Without preparation.
Without preparation. Like at the end of the day, confidence comes from your work, built from reps, film, conditioning, attention to detail. Like confidence comes from your work. Sometimes players want to skip the hard stuff, like skip the process, skip the dirty work, like the extra conditioning, the extra shots, the lonely hours. Like sometimes players want to skip that, but you cannot skip the hard stuff because confidence comes from your work.
Yeah, facts. It's a lot of players out there shooting more game shots than shooting preparation shots.
Yes. And coaches trust players that prepare.
Simple.
Coaches trust players that prepare. So if your preparation game ain't what it is, then you might want to, do some self-check. Like, what is your preparation like? What is it like? Because preparation creates real confidence. It exposes fake confidence because if you're not prepared for the big moments, then you necessarily are just dependent on your skill.
What skill? If you ain't prepared for it?
Their natural ability skill. Which some people don't just get that natural ability. Like, some just born with it, some not,
Right.
But at the end of the day, reps builds confidence. Reps build confidence. And players who don't want to put in the work, don't be crying when you don't hit the big shot. Don't be nervous when you're in that big moment, because when you're in that big moment and you prepare, you can have a sense of peace. Not that it won't bother you, but you can go back to the work that you put in, like watching the film, the lonely hours, like putting in the work. Like, I can't say this enough. You're going to hear me say this over and over and over again in this episode. Your confidence comes from your work.
Simple. It's a lot of kids, man. And I'm speaking youth basketball, even college. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of kids that don't put in no work at all and expected to start over somebody that puts in the hours, right? And I call that delusional players. It's a lot of players that's very delusional. They think that they better than what they are, and that's good to have that mindset. That's good to be confident, right? But it's fake confidence, because when it's time to actually put that work to, the game, you can't show up, you can't perform because you haven't repped that out. You don't have the muscle memory. You ain't put yourself in the mud inside the trenches and visualize yourself doing this thing 10,000 times. And 10,000 reps and 10,000 hours is big. And people don't know how long that actually takes. They just be like, oh, I could just wake up and think I'm gonna be a sharpshooter. It doesn't work out like
Sorry, sir.
that's anything.
Sorry, ma'am. It don't work out like that.
Nope.
It just don't. And like, key thing though, now I'm starting to see some players want to post things on social media like they're putting in the work. I'm not saying that they're not. I'm not saying that you're not if you're posting on social media, because that is a tool and a resource that you need to use to help yourself get recruited. But if you put in 10,000 hours and it's not game reps, then you're really not working. It has to be game reps.
If you posting every time on social media, then in my opinion, like, after every workout, then you're not really putting in work. It's sometimes maybe once, twice out of the month to be like, hey, yeah, I'm in the gym, like just letting y'all know, like, don't sleep on me. You know what I'm saying? But I see kids, man, they posting like they in the gym every day, and then I pop up to a game and I'm like, shh, man, social media lied to me. So I thought you was about like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
if you
for
put
real though.
you still can't dribble with your left hand, right hand. You ain't confident. You throwing your hands up, and it just goes back to, like you just said, to your point. Are you putting in game reps, right? Because again, it is some kids that might be putting in that time and not posting on social media, but they don't actually know what they need to be working on, right?
Right.
So now you running and you going fast. You just going in the wrong direction. The finish line this way, baby boy.
Right.
You going that way. Yeah.
Like, if your work doesn't match your words, then your words don't count. If your work don't match your words, then your words don't count. Like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day. But coach, what does game reps look like? Like, describe like game reps. Like, what are some characteristics of game reps for some kids like who don't really know, what game reps is or what it's like?
Well, one, you have to identify what type of player you are, right? Your strengths, your weaknesses, where is your coach going to be using you? And then you have to rep whatever that is. If you're going to be a catch and shoot player, are you coming off of screens, right? It's not getting in your bag and doing, it's actually like fine tuning and doing the same thing over and over and over again, being very repetitive and going as hard as possible, right? And being focused on the smallest details of, hey, my foot needs to be facing this way, or I need to drop my inside shoulder, or if I'm coming off a screen, I need to make sure I close that gap. Just being very detailed in your preparation of what we're talking about to build that confidence and understanding, like, again, everybody tries to get into this bag work. But if you look at high level basketball, man, it's all about reads. So can you drift to the corner and can you catch and shoot? Do you understand long closeouts, short closeouts? Just the details. Be obsessed with the details of the boring, simple things of the game of basketball. And
Yes.
not a lot of people want to do that. Like it's very hard for players and even coaches, like, to just be
Right.
like, hey, for a whole month, right? Every time that you come in, all we're doing is left, right, left, dribble pull-ups. All we're doing is you drifting left, drifting right, corner pull-ups, catch and shoot from the corners. And that's going to be it. But everybody else, they want to get into their bag and get saucy, do the up and unders, the Euro steps, and that's not it. So game reps is being detailed in the boring, simple things.
Being detailed in the boring, simple things is important because at the end of the day, basketball is simple. Basketball is simple. And it's simple to understand once you rep those simple things over and over and over again. So, also, is it what help a player design a basic like workout that they can do maybe every day or a couple days a week because some kids they go to the gym and they don't know where to work out and you do as a player have to know what type of player you are, so let's talk to the point guards and then we can talk you can get the wings a couple things and then maybe the bigs you
Yeah. So let's just go with the PGs, all right? Because I think
all
it's
right,
more
all right.
PGs out there. So we
PGs
go
in the
PGs.
house.
Yeah. So simply, like, one, make sure that you come in locked in, cell phones in your bag. That's very important. Don't be in between workouts and you're not locked in. Like, be locked in before you even get inside the gym. And then whatever your regimen is of stretching, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that you stretch because without stretching, like, nothing else even matters. If
Right,
you can,
right.
I always have my players 300 to 500 jump ropes before every workout. All right. And that's just kind of get your muscles flowing, get you moving. I mean, then obviously that's going to make you more of an athlete, make you a lot quicker, especially as PGs. You got to be quick. So that's working on your quick muscles. And then I always start inside out. So from there, we might get on some ball handling, some nice little warm ups, one hand, two hand, two basketballs, might get into some contact dribbling. And then we go into finishing some layups right around the rim, just working on your touch, right? Underhand, same foot, opposite foot, maybe Euro, coming off of 2 feet, of just working on touch. And then we kind of move out one dribble floater, left hand, right hand, baseline, just little things from there. And then as we work our way out, it goes into reads. So now our reads are, hey, you know, Corey or Coach Smith, hey, I seen in your clips. And that's something else that you guys got to know. Like, again, watch film, right?
Yes.
Film doesn't lie. So,
Film don't
hey, I
lie.
watched
Watch it.
Watch it. So, hey, Coach Smith, I watched in your film the reason why this player was blowing up your screen because you wasn't coming off of it at the right pace. So now we're gonna work on your pace, and then everything that we kind of just worked on with the finishing, we're gonna get downhill and finish, and then we're gonna get some nice passing in, get you doing some reads and things like that, and then the closeout practice. We're gonna do some sprints, and I'm gonna get you doing some spot shooting somewhere. All point guards, I feel like, need to be able to catch and shoot the basketball, and then get you some
Yes.
conditioning and then again finish with some free throws, stretch a little bit at the end, have a little prep talk of how the workout went and how they can apply things like that to kind of just, sum everything up. and then after that, you out. So that's me coaching a player. And again, you could do that same thing. You just won't have the sum up, but I feel like that's what a point guard should be working on. You got ball handling, got to be able to finish, and then you're working on the read. So those would be the 3 points of that workout that you're trying to create for yourself throughout the whole thing.
Notice he said a little conditioning. Don't
Oh
leave that
yeah,
out.
yeah,
I think a lot of kids do not condition in their workout. They just want to stand there and dribble or stand there and shoot. You have to do something that's conditioning because being an elite player, they're in top condition. They are in top condition. Oh, also too, y'all, I told y'all he was one of the best trainers out there. Did you hear
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Did you hear that? So PGs,
yeah.
if if you want a little bit of extra on how to maybe grow your game, go back and do those 3 simple things that he pointed out. Okay?
Yep, yep.
All right, talk to the guards. What do elite shooting guards need to work on? A simple skill
A simple skill,
that can
focus,
build their confidence.
focus. Like catch and shoot. If it's gonna be off the dribble, whatever it is, I feel like their shooting drills need to be before you move to a spot. Can you make 5 in a row? Right before you do anything different, can you get 5 in a row? Because then you're gonna be like, oh dang. Because at the end of the day, your job, if you're gonna be a shooter, your job
Right.
is to make shots, right?
Make
And
shots.
nothing else builds confidence than being able to know that I can hit this shot 5 times in a row, right? If you could do that, you get into a game, you might get one opportunity at it.
Right.
Can you knock that one shot down? I was just talking to, I had a player in the gym today, and that's kind of what we was working on. We were working on, a fade shot, and then we shot a floater, and they had one opportunity to shoot the three. And I was like, that might be the only shot that you get. And if you miss that one, you coming out the game. You're going to
Right.
school to be a shooter. You better be able to knock down open jump shots. So just putting pressure on yourself and putting, just I guess restrictions before you move to something else. Because some people be like, hey, let's make 10 shots at this spot. Well, dang, it took you 50 shots to make the 10. Nah, we ain't moving from this spot till you make 5 in a row. You know what I'm saying? And
5 in a
then
row.
definitely. And then from there, like all shooters, you guys need to be able to don't just shoot fresh shots. Like you can start to drill off fresh. But like we said before with the point guards, get some conditioning in, get those
Yeah.
legs tired. Maybe get beat up a little bit, get a little bruise on your right arm, on your shooting arm, and see if you can still shoot, right?
Right.
Because that's how the game is going to be played. You're not going to ever be. I wish it was. I wish every player could be 100% throughout the season, but
That would be
you're
boring
never.
though.
It would be. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to put yourself in those situations to be able to just knock down shots. I know I didn't give you a workout, but I think, like I said,
Skill.
how focused can you be in a shooting workout? How crisp, how sound? Like, and when I'm talking about focus, I'm talking about your footwork is exactly the same. Like we always talk about at CDG, where I was talking about find your footprint. Like, and I might sit there and be like, hey, like if you put your toes in the sand right here, I want your toes in the sand right there every time you catch the ball. Same spot, same spot, same spot. I don't care
Right.
about
Right.
anything else.
Right.
And that's the details in the boring stuff. And then with that, you still got to make your 5 shots. So while you're critiquing all the small things, hey, your elbow was out. Hey, that wasn't fast enough. Hey, you gotta get your shot off in 0.5 seconds. One, two, it need to be out your hands. You know what I'm saying? Those little things, and then you know can you find somebody that can push your buttons? I'm really big at pushing players' buttons, especially my shooters. Like after they go and hey, they make 4 and then they miss the 5th one. I knew you couldn't shoot. And now they in their head. You know what I'm saying? Then on the next
Right.
go round, they go 0 for 5. So being able to, like I said, focus and however you can as a coach or as a parent, if you have a friend, homeboy, homegirl that's helping you, rebound the basketball, how well can they get into your head while you're shooting? Can they talk noise to you and you still be locked in? Because that's going to be the basketball game. How focused can you be? I can't stress that enough for shooters. Just be focused. Be focused, bro. Like have laser focus. That's it.
Laser focus. That's important. He just dropped some great nuggets for shooters out there. Be focused shooting. Be in condition. Don't just be standing there and not being in condition and not being able to put pressure on yourself. As a shooter, you do. Like he said, you have to put pressure on yourself. Like because your job is to shoot. So if I need you to hit shots when I put you in the game, hit shots. So if you're not
It's
hitting shots, then hey, fine. This is my thing, though, shooters. If you're not hitting shots, what are you doing in your off time with your preparation? What are you doing? Are you preparing? That's why it's important to put pressure on yourself. That's why it's important to not just start the drill off and be fresh. Like, be a little bit tired. Like he said, like, man, this is a good nuggets. All right.
Yep.
Talk to the post. Talk to the post. What is one basic skill that a post can work on every single day that can build their confidence for a game?
I got 2.
Okay. 2 of them.
I got 3. I got
Oh,
3.
he got 3. How post? You lucky. Here we go.
1, you gotta have elite footwork, right?
Yes.
That's 1. So get some ladders, get your feet right. 2, be able to catch the basketball. Find a tennis ball. Have somebody throw bullets at you. Have somebody throw a spin bounce pass at you. Like, be able to catch the basketball. 3, have the softest hands around the basket. Like, you can't be ricocheting that because contact is coming. You gotta be strong, but also be graceful at the rim. So those 3 things right there, you gotta have it. Cause man, I go to too many games and 1, travel call when you catch the ball.
Yep.
2, the ball's getting thrown to you and you can't catch it. 3, you power through, but then the ball go over the goddamn backboard. Can't do it.
Can't
They
do
it.
it.
Can't do it.
Those are some basic things that posts gotta have. Absolutely. That is what the position requires. You gotta be able to catch. You gotta be able to what was the other thing you said?
Elite footwork.
Yes, you do. You gotta be able to have footwork. And what was the last one?
Be able to finish gracefully at the rim. Be strong, but finish gracefully.
And be able to finish gracefully around the rim. You heard what the man said. So if you want to be a great post, that is it. Because I know for me, I love a post that can catch a pass. I love a post that can short roll, give you a shot fake up and under. I love a post that can get there, spin, take a little hit, and then finish nice around the rim. Like just a nice old school hook shot, Hakeem Olajuwon. Like I miss that. I love that. So those are some good things that posts you can do that can help build your confidence in the game. Because at the end of the day, I'm a post coach, if you can tell. Even though I play point guard, I'm a post coach. But if you want to be dependent on, you got to be able to catch the ball. If you want to be dependent on, you got to be able to score around the rim in traffic. At the next level, you're going to be around traffic. You're going to have about 2 or 3 seconds to get your shot off at the rim because help defense is going to be coming over. So being able to finish around the rim, being able to have nice footwork, and like those are key things to be able to work on. He gave you some good nuggets. So check those things. Try to work on those things, man. But
being safe.
Yes, that's the key thing. Cause you gotta be able to rim run.
I was just about to say that, man. That might be something else. That might be number 4. How is your motor compared to the person motor that you're going against? All right, can you beat them down the court every trip? And really, honestly, man, I like a post player that can talk.
Yes.
Because they could see the game. They see the game from behind the court. They see it from a different angle. Seeing the court where all 10 eyes are looking at you or all however, goddamn, there's a lot of eyes out there.
Right.
But everybody looking at you as from the wing and at the top. You looking behind people's head. You know what I'm saying? Like you seeing that game from a different angle from the defense and offensive side. So I honestly feel like that might be the number 1 skill that will separate like a Draymond Green.
Yes.
He's a
Draymond
talker.
Green.
Even what's his name? Jokic. He's a talker. You know what I'm saying? You got what's the dude? Greek the Freak. He's a leader. Like people take that out because they always think like the point guard got to be the leader. Like yes, but you got to have that PG. But seeing it from the big man perspective, bro, that changes a team. If you can talk and you can see the game like that, it helps. It helps.
Yes. Yes, it really does. I got to shout out my post, man, Danae Lewis. She is a talker. She's a talker. I got to get her on the show since I shout her out, but she is a talker. She loves to talk on defense, and it does. It helps our defense out. Being a post that talks, it separates you. And then on top of that, it helps build trust with your point guard, with players within the team, and then also too, like, talking period is just a good thing to do as a basketball player. That goes beyond the box score is being a talker. Like, if you want to do something that's beyond the box score to stand out, talk every possession, talk in practice. That is why you have to condition, because talking, it takes a lot out of you. So, players, if you learn to communicate and be able to finish around those rims and rebound, that's an All
Facts.
American right there, man.
Facts.
That's
You
an
know,
All American.
that's little things, and just to your point, talking just builds your confidence.
Yes.
Because you're talking in the game, you are now in the game. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are in the game, but they just running up and down. They don't know
Right.
what's going on. But
Right.
actually being in tune, actually talking and talking actions and seeing what's going on, like you are in tune into that game and just knowing what's going on. Where we were just talking about preparation. If you watch film as a post and you be like, hey, they hard hedge on everything. So this is my action. This is what I'm gonna do, right? Whatever it's going to be. Or, hey, they switch everything. This is what I'm going to do. And on the defensive side, hey, they like to set a lot of ball screens. I'm going to show early, right? I know coach said I'm going to show early because I want to stop that guard. I'm going to make sure I get back to mine. Those little things right there will keep you in the game because you're talking, and that builds so much confidence. And that's for all players, not just post, right? Like if you can talk basketball, bro, that's going to build your confidence. And that takes, like Coach Smith just said, that is beyond the box score that will keep you on the court. Just talk.
Just talk. Just talk. Confidence is a daily thing that you earn, that you do, that you build. Like that, like that's something that you do every single day. Even if you don't feel like it, you earn your confidence every day. So you gotta stay doing the little things. You gotta stay working. You gotta stay. So talking every single location that you are in as a basketball player, whether you're doing pickup, whether you're in practice, whether you're in the game, whether you're doing one-on-ones, like that, that's a little thing. And that's gonna help build your confidence for when you need it, for when your team need it. So confidence is earned daily.
Earn
Remember that.
daily. And like she just said, I think another big part of what talking is, what is your self-talk like? Like if you want confidence, everybody's like, man, coach said this to me or this player said this to me. But we be the first ones to tell ourselves that we suck. Or we be the first ones to tear ourselves down. So your self-talk is what's going to actually make your confidence. Like, hey, I missed this one, but I'm good. Hey, I know I put in the preparation. I'm good. I'm still locked in. You come out the bench, you come off the court because coach just pulled you for any missed assignments. How are you talking to yourself? Hey, I'll be all right. Hey, appreciate you, coach. Like, hey, I'm ready on the next one. Or you coming to the bench like, man, coach just hate me. That's negative self-talk. And when you get back into that game, man, you just destroyed your own confidence. Don't be your own defensive player. Don't be your person that blocks your own blessings to be on that basketball court. Like positive self-talk that's big for confidence.
I agree. You have to talk to yourself nice. You have to
Yep.
talk to yourself nice. If you ain't gonna talk to nobody else like that, then don't talk to yourself like that. Okay? That's a great point, coach. Confidence plus preparation equals consistency.
Yes.
Confidence plus preparation equals consistency. Because if you have confidence and you prepare and you consistently do that, that's going to earn you minutes. That's going to earn you trust. That is going to help you in your leadership role. That's going to get you some responsibility. So make sure your preparation is real so your confidence can be real. Don't play yourself and have fake confidence. Make sure that you are being confident through your preparation. So make sure you prepare.
Most
Make sure
definitely.
you prepare. So another thing about confidence, it goes back to your character. A lot of things in basketball goes back to your character. It goes back to who you are when things are not working out, how you respond to things that are not working out, how you bounce back shows how mature you are. Like your character stabilizes your confidence.
Right. Most definitely. Yeah, man. I feel like we're talking about being confident, and sometimes you can be overconfident and it messes up your improvement. And I want to say, like Kobe Bryant, he said something like, I'm confident on the court when I'm playing against somebody, but I'm humble enough to know I still have a lot of work to do. And you have to
Mhm.
find that balance. Not everybody has that. Everybody kind of is like, I'm confident on the court. And it's like, I only do nothing else. No, there's still work to be done. Like Kobe said too, job's not finished. If you
Right.
are a youth player, you have steps to go. If you are a high school player, you got steps to go. If you are in college, you still have steps to go. If you are if you are professional, unless you are LeBron James and that man has been playing since he was 12 years old, that man is still working. You know what I'm saying? And everything is good for him. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
you don't see him not preparing. You don't see him taking days off. That man is still working. So if LeBron is getting paid however much money he's getting paid, and he is humble enough to still work, and he is the face of the NBA, you have no room not to do it.
You have no room not to do it. That is a great point. Humility protects your growth. Absolutely.
Yep.
Humility protects your growth. Being overconfident, it does. It stops your improvement. Like you said, like one of the things that I heard about LeBron is that he's one of the ones that watch a lot of film. I know Kobe used to watch a lot of film. I seen this clip where Kobe will watch one possession over and over and come up with different scenarios and then respond like be like, this is how I respond. Like so the big time people that's making all the money, if they are still working and they're humble enough to know that there's still work to be done, like Coach said, then who are you not to work? Is you really trying to get the big bucks? Do you really want to have confidence? Do you really want to get in the game? Like at the end of the day, you can't run from the work. You got to work. You got to be able to work. And your character keeps your confidence from turning your ego crazy. Like so that's why it's important to have good character. That's why it's important to work because if you have good character, you really ain't gonna run from the work anyway. So at the end of the day, don't be afraid to work. You gotta work so you can have the confidence you need, so you can get the minutes that you wanna get. And then on top of that, so you can have the confidence you need when those big moments come up. Because there are going to be big moments that come up. Are you going to be ready? Are you going to be prepared? Are you going to be confident enough to be able to take that big shot?
And most ain't. Most ain't.
Most ain't because they don't prepare the right way. They just go in the gym, probably shoot 5 shots stationary or whatever they're doing. They're not doing the game speed. Like one of the things, man, that kills me is a player that gets in the game and let's just say they a shooter. They get in the game and they miss. They miss like 3 or 4 shots in a row, but they hot in warm up but their warm up, they didn't really go hard. They didn't really go game speed, so they hitting. But then when they get in the game, they pouting or they upset or they're just frustrated that they're not hitting shots. And I'm like, dude, like, how can you be mad and you not getting in the gym and working on your shot? Like that doesn't correlate to me. Like, so if you in the game and you upset, like, don't be upset if you know you ain't putting in the work. Like, go put in the work. Like, that blows me. Players that don't put in the work but expect to get results in the game. It just don't work like that. You can't cheat the game. Don't cheat the
I'll,
game. You can't cheat.
I always say it's like a bank account, man. Don't try to withdraw nothing if you ain't putting nothing in. That bad boy ain't gonna show up when it's game time. You feel me?
Right.
But if you are depositing time, effort, again, purposeful training of in development of if you are a shooter, are you writing down and tracking your missing makes? Because I think that's big. Because like I tell my players, hey, yeah, I've been in the gym with you and you shoot wide open, you shoot 90%. In a game, you take 30% off of that. You know what I'm saying? So now wherever you are, you shooting. So if you shoot 90% wide open and it drops 30 to 40%, so now you shooting around, whatever that is. What's our math, Coach Smith?
Oh, I'm not a math teacher. I don't
You're
know.
not a math teacher.
No, I don't know what the
Me either, man.
percentage.
Yeah. But
But I
anyway,
know
you
it
shoot
dropped.
90%. Yeah. So pretty much if you they say whatever you shoot open, it drops 40%. So if you are shooting 90% wide open, it drops to 40. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm talking about 90%, not 9 out of 10. Like Steph Curry is shooting 100 shots from one spot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's why he's around like that 40% range where he's at. You know what I'm saying? So if my kid is shooting 60% and it drops to 20, like again, I know what you're shooting in a basketball game. And then like I said, if you are tracking those missing makes, you should know if you're a 40% shooter, okay, yeah, you missed the first 6 shots. But if you've always shot 40%, like you know the next 4 shots should be going in. That should be your mentality. If you shot 4 shots, then it's like, okay, well, if you made those first 4, it's like, okay, well, that's where people call heat check because
Right.
now they know, like, hey, I hit 4 shots. All right, I'm normally out of the 10 shots that I shoot, I normally make 4. All right, well, now let me shoot this fifth one and see if it's going in. If it does, oh, I'm about to have a good night. If I
Right.
miss it, it's like, all right, well, hey, I'm around my numbers. I'm where I'm at. I'm gonna shoot the next one, but I'm where I'm at. Next time I shot that heat check, I missed it. So now I can get back into the flow of passing. Now I can go back into my normal routine. But that is a heat check call. Most people be like, they shoot the first one and then they come back down, be like, heat check. No, that ain't no heat check on the second shot. But that's just tracking your missing mates and things like that. I think that's big to help your confidence because you actually know your percentages, you know your shot mates, you know how many shots you have made
Right.
right through
Right.
whenever basketball season ends. I'm talking to my high school kids. As of right now, you should be cataloging like what have you done from now all the way up until August, and you will know, and it'll help you see like, okay, in what are we in February? In February,
February.
I'm shooting, you know, out of 500 shots, I'm making 150, right? And then when March hits, you at 175 out of 500, and then you get to August, it's like, bro, I'm at 350 or 375 out of 500. You actually seen yourself grow. And if you see
Right.
yourself grow and you get to actually see that, that gives you the confidence to be like, hey, I'm improving. But most kids don't know that they're improving because, like you said, they just go into the gym and just do whatever,
Right. And
right? You
not
gotta
track
track
it.
stuff.
You
Gotta
gotta
track it.
track it. You gotta track it because that's your evidence. That's your
That is.
evidence of your confidence, you know? Because when your confidence is rooted only in your performance, it's gonna collapse quickly. It's gonna fail, you know. So like you have to be able to have some proof, some evidence to build your confidence. And like so sometimes shoot, go back and look. Oh, look, shoot. These are the numbers that I'm getting. Like I'm capable. Like I can do this. Like so like it's important to have some evidence where you need to go back in and to empower yourself. So coach gave you some man, that's real. Like tracking what you're doing now, like that's some top notch paying attention to details. I want to be great.
I can't keep giving out my nuggets to y'all because these trainers, y'all be jacking. Y'all be jacking.
Right. These hey, look, them some real nuggets. So subscribe to our channel Beyond the Box Score. And like I've been telling y'all, CDG, he is the best trainer. He the best trainer. That's like I'm telling you, if you want to get better players, hit him up. You know, follow, subscribe, follow our Instagram, follow his Instagram. He got crazy workouts. Get you
I
right.
appreciate I appreciate it.
So look, players, faith anchors your confidence. Faith anchors your confidence because when things are not going right, what are you falling back on? Your work, your work. And being able to fall back on that, it also stabilizes your mood, your emotions when things are not going your way. You don't gotta have bad body language. You don't gotta be proud and upset because you have faith in the work that you put in and the effort that you kept putting in consistently because you wasn't worried about the outcomes. Because that's the thing, when you putting in real work, you know the outcomes gonna be the outcomes. It's really about the work that you putting in. And so I love when to the work. That's one of the things that I love telling my kids, like, trust the work. We put in the work. Trust it. It might not be falling right now, but we worked on it, so trust it. Shoot it again. Get to the basket again. Step up to the free throw line confident because we put in the work. Like so, your work, your faith should stabilize your emotions because you know the work that you put in. You shouldn't be so emotional when things don't go your way. You shouldn't get down when you miss one shot because you know
Right.
the work that you put in and then you know that there's more plays to come. So keep your faith in your work and let your work keep building your confidence.
Yep. 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 And I'm going to speak about faith on the other side, like who you believe in, or your core principles of who you are. I think that is so important because so many kids, the reason why they get down because after they miss a shot, they think their identity is they're a basketball player. No, you are
How
a
to.
person. You are a person. So at the end of the day, like Coach Smith was just saying, whatever work you have been putting in and it doesn't show up in that game, that's okay. Goes back to your character. Who are you? And you got to continue to go. There's going to be journeys. It's going to be up and down, and everybody thinks like success just moves like this. No, success like it goes up and down. There's some twists and turns in there, but the only way it's going to keep you on that roller coaster and keep going is your faith in who you are and whatever your principles are for your life is what's going to keep you moving forward. Just understand confidence comes from your personality, who you are. There's going to be tons of, let's not even talk about games. There's going to be tons of workouts that you just feel like you are horrible, right? I've been there, right? Like you get into a work and I was like, bro, I can't hit a shot. Like then you go into the game and it's still there. You have to understand that you are more than a basketball player, and what is going on right now is going to just set you up for whatever God has for you later. But you got to go through the fire, and you can't try to, you know, move and try to figure something else about out of way around it. You got to go through it. Got to go through it.
You gotta go through it because, like, I really believe when your identity is in God, your confidence can't crumble because you know whose you are and you know who has given you the ability that you depended on. Because God builds your confidence through the process. That's why you gotta go through
Right.
the fire. Because when you are going through the fire, that is when your confidence is being built. Like it reminds me of this my favorite verse, y'all. This is my favorite verse. I'm gonna read it to you, but I'm gonna find it so I don't jack it up. No, I don't know it by heart. Don't judge me. But
You good. You
I'm gonna
good. You
read it to
good.
you. It is Romans. It's Romans 5. It's gonna be on the screen, but it's Romans. Come on. Also, too, shout out to the Bible app. If you don't have it downloaded, you need to download it. But Romans 5, it talks about your character. It's one of my favorite verses that got me 2 times. And I'm reading it to you through the Kids International Version. So it is Romans 5, 3 through 5. It says, and we also have joy with our troubles because we know that these troubles produces patience, and patience produces character, and character produces hope, and hope will never disappoint us because God has poured out his love to fill our hearts. God has gave us his love through the Holy Spirit whom God has given us. It tells us right there that through the hard times, like God is building you up. I'm gonna read another version to you. It says, and not only this, but with joy, let us exalt in our sufferings and rejoice in our hardship, knowing that the hardship, distress, pressure, trouble produces patience, endurance, and endurance proven character, spiritual maturity, and proven character, hope and confident assurance of eternal salvation. Such hope in God's promise never disappoint us because God loves has been abundantly poured out with our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has given us. That is the ample version Bible. But that's Romans 5, 3 through 5. But it tells us in God's word that we're going to go through tough times and it's going to help us learn. It's going to help us be who God created us to be. Um it's going to give us that
I'm a
growth,
I'm a,
that
I'm a read
patience.
mine. This is this is what my mama took me to go get this tattoo when I was 17.
Okay.
And she helped me pick the Bible verse because I used to struggle with confidence. So this right here is Psalms 27:1. It's on my right arm, right? It says, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Whom shall I be afraid?" And pretty much that's just guiding you back to your source of safety, fearless, confident, because he is the person that is pretty much going to guide you through every trouble situation, every testimony, every test that you got to go through. He is going to guide you with the light, and he's going to take you to the promised land as long as you are listening and as long as you are willing to follow him. So that's tatted on my right arm. I really feel like, man, I used to have that. That used to be my screensaver. Um, and it just became a part of me.
Yeah, that's real. So your confidence comes from God at the end of the day because we're creating His image. Man, that's big. That's
It's
big.
huge.
This is beyond the box score. And like we said, we're going to give you things beyond the box score. And that right there is beyond the box score because God is the ultimate box score because he controls all the time. And he controls the stats because he just real. God is just real.
He is.
But okay, coach, let's talk to these youngins. Let's talk to the youth, to the middle schoolers. Like confidence, we know that confidence matures with responsibility, which becomes age, right? So how do you build confidence in a kid that's maybe 8 to 12 years old that just started? Like give us a quick nugget on building their confidence.
Man, first, I think they're just now starting. You said 8 to 12?
Yeah, 8 to 12. They are just now starting.
And helping them find the joy and the love. And don't put all the pressure on the kid, man. Like these kids we have taken away where how we used to play. We just picked up a ball, or we got a ball for Christmas, or we got a ball for our birthdays, or we just seen a basketball just in the middle of the street and just picked it up and started loving it, right?
Yeah,
Our
yeah.
confidence started getting stripped from us because people started putting all this pressure on us. And then we started looking from, oh, coach said I gotta do it this way, or my mom and dad said that. Bro, I used to just be out there and just hoop.
Having
Right? So
fun.
as a 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old, just allow kids to have fun. Like, can you critique them and have them really at that age, just tell them they need to go faster and go harder. Give me 110% of your effort, right? And
Right.
try to stay away from all the negative stuff. You got all the time to try to fix that. But the hardest thing to give to a high schooler, college players, is that they just don't have a freaking work ethic, right? So give
Right.
that to an 8 to 12-year-old, and everything else is going to take care of itself, right? And quit putting so much pressure on these kids, man. Instagram got you got ranked 8-year-olds. Who is ranked? One, first of all, who's seen all the 8-year-olds in the whole United States
Right.
and ranked
Right.
him number? Come on, bro. And
Right.
then unless you are really like, I can understand, like, if you looking at like, okay, dad is 7'8", and there ain't no 7'8" dad out there. Mama is 6'10", right? Okay, maybe I might rank little dude because I'm like, hey, bro, you gonna be big at the end of the day. But then you still can't rank it because you don't know how clumsy he's gonna be. You don't know if he's gonna be coordinated. You don't know his mentality. You don't know if a coach or a parent or a player may come and break their confidence, like we're talking about right now. And we all know it only takes one time, and that kid just drops the ball and never picks a ball up again.
Right.
Right? So quit putting all that pressure. And I even say for a freaking, sometimes even like, so it's a ton of ninth graders out here that don't even need to be ranked, right? Like just continue to go through your journey. You have not fully even got into your body yet. You don't know who you are. You still don't. If you are a high ranked player in the ninth grade, a lot of times, man, you kind of start dropping off by the time you are 7th grader or 12th grader, right? And in today's game, shoot, ranking definitely don't matter because college coaches ain't even picking up high school kids. So what your goddamn ranking matter? It doesn't. You need to just stay grounded. Parents need to understand the journey and what we was just talking about before. What are they getting out of the game of basketball? Is it just them shooting hoops, or are they actually finding God through this? Because I honestly feel like I minister through the game of basketball. I feel like I talk life through the game of basketball. So giving them confidence at that age is like, man, just don't overcoach it. Let them have fun. Let them find the joy. And from there, they will come searching for you for, hey, coach, asking for more. Hey, coach, what can I do more? Hey, can I do this? And you don't have to put that on them because you helped instill the love and the joy into that player.
That is real. Like I just parents like at that age, youth, like he said, it is very important on your coaches, on the coaches that you pick for your kids because it does. It takes one coach to kill their confidence and it'll take a while to get them back, like to get that confidence back. So it's very, very important on who you pick to place your kids in programs that you place them in and coaches that you put them under because confidence is important. I do believe that confidence should be grown with effort over time and it should be supported. Like when kids know that they're doing good through their effort, like that builds their confidence. Like kids should 8 to 12 shouldn't be getting all that pressure. They should be able to enjoy the game and love the game and be like, man, this is really fun. I might want to take this serious. Like I think at that age is that it's like the purity of the game is gone. Like we gotta get back to the purity of the game. And coaches, youth coaches, encourage the effort, correct mistakes. Encourage the effort and correct their mistakes positively. Positively. You know, because
And
they're young. It ain't no need to be getting in their butt. So you ain't winning the NBA championship. All right. Correct their mistakes so their middle school coach can coach them to the next level. Give them the fundamentals. Build their confidence over through repetition, over and over. Let them dribble with that left hand 1,000 times over, and praise them. Good job, baby. You're pounding it harder this week. Like do that. Like confidence is built through encouragement and repetition, especially at a young age. Especially at a young age.
I think it's to your point, I think it's really built on not the results. Like you were saying, man, you can't control the outcome, right? And so many coaches get into players, but and what you allow to happen throughout all the practice, but then when they get in the game, they doing the same thing, but because the scoreboard looks different, you want to chew them out now.
Right.
They've been doing it.
Right.
Right? Like you was just saying, correct through the like let them go and then you can correct the mistakes, but don't coach them off of results. That is
Right.
going to mess up everything because you can't control that. And you get parents, you get players, so you get coaches that just only care about you could be doing the worst thing possible. And as long as you win the game, the coach ain't gonna say nothing. Soon as you lose, after the game is over, you in the hallway in the lobby for an hour, and the coach just chewing out everybody because they did this. They've been doing it, coach.
Right.
They've been doing it.
Right.
You just ain't been coaching it because at one point it was winning and working for you. So coaches, we have to start taking a inward look at us to be able to help the youth. And right now, like I'm watching it, man, and like you were saying, like it is depreciating. It is leaving. I actually seen a tweet and it said from 2022 to 2026, it has been a decrease 32% of women basketball players.
Really?
32%
That's
of
crazy
women
that it's been
basketball
a
players.
decrease and the game is exploding.
You have exactly. That's the problem. Because it's exploding, you have more youth coaches that are hurting those babies.
Talk to
Before
him.
a of
Talk to him,
before
coach.
before a lot of these girl athletes, women athletes, normally they didn't start really taking basketball serious until the 7th grade. Now they taking it serious
True.
at the age of 5 because somebody is forcing it, right?
True.
And it's not as fun. Before it was a middle school coach that was we just now teaching fundamentals, and then they finally find a high school or out of school a summer team. Then they start growing, and it's like, hey, I could really do this. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Before they were
Yeah.
just at the park playing against boys and just hooping. Now you got a dad that wants his son or daughter to be great, and then they cussing them out. And now I hear this so much, and I hate hearing it. I coach my kids harder than I coach them. Well, that's not
Right.
fair to your kid, and that's not
Right.
fair to everybody else,
Right.
right? If you're gonna coach your son hard or your daughter hard, coach mine just as hard.
Right.
You know what I'm
Talk.
saying? Like you can't. It's getting bad because, like you just said, it is blowing up, and because it's blowing up, it allows more people to seep in that should not be coaching this game of basketball.
Hey, 100% agree. Cause yeah, like that's real. At the end of the day, that's real. I have a question for you. So
Yes,
you said that kids in middle school shouldn't be ranked. What age do you think kids should start getting ranked at, or should they be ranked?
maybe sophomore year. Maybe sophomore year. Like again, it's so much that goes into that. And I only say sophomore. I used to say like sophomore year, junior year is your most dominant years, but now it's almost like, bro, kids ain't getting picked up now until they senior year.
So there's levels to confidence. As you move up to middle school and high school, like there's levels. It looks different. And like we said, coaches in the at the youth level, you should be encouraging them off of effort and supporting them and correcting their mistakes. Now, when you get to high school, the coaches should still continue to do that, but a little bit more accountability is normally given, right? So confidence through accountability sometimes is tough for a high school or middle school player.
Facts. I guess I'll just give like some coaching points for coaches, youth coaches out there, if you are going to, coach high school, early middle school kids, things like that, is it's okay to hold them accountable, but make sure that you can find some good in them as well. Right. Like it's a lot of times where we just, if we want to keep their confidence, we want to keep them sharp. You also have to let them know what they're doing well. Cause a lot of times, even myself, we get into a practice environment and we may say 5 negative things and never say anything positive to that kid. Right. Or to that player. So they're going home and now they're talking to themselves like, dang, coach hates me or I just really suck. Right. And that's not even the case. But you have to understand that we are talking to younger players, younger kids, young men, young women that are still trying to find themselves and are still using sports, basketball as their identity, right? So if you are always hitting them on top of the head with this, right? Their identity is now being stripped from them, right? So now their confidence is gone. And then you're trying to figure out why their attitude is messing up and why they're not performing in the game and what's going on in the house, in the classroom. It's kind of just a domino effect. So coaches, that's just my nugget there is, man, just try to find some positive things that kid is doing as well. Hold them accountable. Like the standard is the standard, right? And I talk about that all the time here at CDG is I'm going to hold that standard, but I'm also going to find little things that's going to make sure that you still feel confident and feel good about yourself.
Right. Like players though, just because your coach is holding you accountable should not steal your confidence. They're just holding you accountable because your confidence has to survive competition. That's why you got to put in the work because your confidence you there's going to be competition. Your coach going to hold you accountable and then your coach builds the trust based off of the players who are doing the things correctly majority of the time, right? So your confidence is going to have to survive competition. So don't allow the coaches holding you accountable to take your confidence. Don't let that happen, right? And then also too, when you get to high school, sometimes your skills might get exposed. It might get exposed, but if you have weaknesses, get in the gym. Go work on that. Like don't let that steal your confidence. When you're not good at something, you go work at it so you can build confidence in that area, right? So there's levels to this confidence thing, but a lot of times players allow coaches or say coaches steal their confidence, but your confidence come from your work. And if you're doing what your coaches is asking you to do, then you should have confidence. Your coaches understand a bad game, a bad shot, missing a shot, like they understand that, but it's how you respond lets your coach know that you're still confident when you make a mistake. So coaches, keep holding your players accountable, but like coach said, still find positive things to let them know that they're doing.
For sure. And confidence, man, is it's toughness. You know what I'm saying? We always tell kids like, man, be tough, right? It's tough to hold on to your confidence and not let nobody take it. And being able to respond to adversity and be able to respond to a coach holding you accountable. That's toughness, right? Toughness isn't always going out there and fighting and battling. Toughness is how well can you handle certain moments, right? And we need that as coaches. We need tough players. We need gritty players. We need players that can take criticism and not put it on their back, almost like, okay, coach, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like we need more of those and more than coach hates me. Like, bro, I'm just trying to coach you up. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, if you're on the team, obviously we wanted you to be on the team. I'm not about to do something where I can't speak for all coaches, but there's a lot of good coaches and there's a lot of bad coaches. A lot of good people, there's a lot of bad people. That we can't do nothing. We can't run from that, right? But if a coach puts you on a team, and I can speak for mass majority of coaches, they want to win. So
Right.
they're going to say things that should help you win, right? Like, and whatever it is, it's hard for me to say this, but man, it is. There are so many ways to win in life. There's so many ways to win on a basketball court. You just have to buy in. Instead of, well, my coach said this, but this person over here said this, or my mom and daddy told me this. If you're on a team and you chose to be on that team, you tried out for that team, it is your responsibility to make sure that you uphold whatever that coach is saying at the end of the day, because nobody's holding a gun to your head to keep you there. If you don't want to be there, go. but don't mess up the culture that we have that's going on right here. So be tough enough to be like, hey, coach said this, and this is what we're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And from there, that is toughness. And, hey, mom, dad, I hear you, but until we all buy into this, this is it. If that coach ain't belittling you, if that coach ain't cussing you out, well, you might get cussed out. But if they not, tearing you down, they
Facts.
not tearing you down.
Facts. You right.
you might
Not
you might
blaming
get
you.
yeah,
No, you
you might
might
get
though. It's okay.
yeah, it's so you might get some of that, but be tough enough to be, hey, I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we want to win games. We want to be around people that want to win games, and being around winners is tough. That's the reason why it's not a lot of winners, right? Because they hold you to high standards. Point blank period.
Point blank, period. Confidence must survive competition, and players, correction is not rejection. Just because your coaches are correcting you, they're not rejecting your style of play. They're
Right.
correcting you so you can be better. So you can be better.
Yep.
All right. Correction is not rejection. All right. So let's move on.
Let's get it.
Point blank, period.
Point
So
blank period.
I got a live gameplay breakdown for your example, right? So player misses two. You got a player that misses two
Mhm.
early shots, drops her head, stops defending, right? So then you have another player that misses two shots, but stays locked in, defends hard, and still communicate. The second player keeps playing and the first one don't.
I would say one player has a better preparation routine than the other one. Everything that we was talking about, one was probably calculating and saying how many shots they made. One also probably understands that basketball is not their identity. It's they're actually playing for something that's bigger than them. And then you have one that's just like basketball is all me. So you miss this shot, that's your identity. It's gone. You think that the crowd is laughing at you because you missed two shots, right? And that's selfish, right? So I think just again at the end of the day, the person that is tougher is probably the person that is willing to do things that are uncomfortable, willing to sacrifice time, which is the preparation before the game starts. And that builds toughness. And that same person is probably the same person in practice. A coach can hold them accountable and they're still able to, you know, just, hey, coach, I got you. I'm gonna move on to the next rep. And then you got the other one that's, oh, coach, that coach hates me. And just like you said, correction is not rejection, right? So they thinking like coach is on me, so coach hates me. No, that's not the case, right? So you got two different type of players, and I'm gonna say this. One, I talked about your preparation. Whoever had the best preparation is probably the most confident in that situation. And then the
Right.
second one is elite parents make elite kids. So from a very young age, have you been bouncing from team to team because a coach hates you? Or quote unquote hate you? Or did you stay put and you just grind it out and try to get back into the gym and figure out what your weakness is? Or did you just watch film and be like, hey, you know what? Coach was right. I need to fix this, right? I didn't sprint back on defense. I didn't hold this box out, right? I didn't fight over the screen or go under the screen. I didn't communicate, right? Just those little things instead of finding an easy way out. And the player that probably puts their head down is probably looking because as parents and sometimes even coaches, we have fed into that of saying like, oh, they put their head down. It's okay. Have five. Right. No, as an elite parent, it needs to be, hey, you need to pick your head up and this is what you're doing wrong. Now let's get back outside and let's prepare for the next rep. Right. Because that's just better preparation, man. And elite parents make elite kids.
Elite parents make elite kids. So confidence is exposed in recruiting. Recruiting exposes real confidence. So let us give you a recruiting nugget real quick.
Fake confidence, man. Let's say, I guess I got to give you guys scenarios. Fake confidence, a kid that drops 25 or 20 points off of fast break layups. You think that you the bang bang, sugar bang bang bang, and you're not, right? And then you got another kid that is playing against high caliber players that is making decisions that scored 10 points, right? But they have their confidence a little bit better because one, they're playing against better competition. Two, the coach actually gets to analyze what is actually going to be able to translate to a real game, right? Getting fast break layups against a bad team is not going to translate to a college coach. Like, what are they can't look at you and see what type of player you are. Right. But being able to make decisions and being able to play with pace and being able to talk and being vocal and maybe even being down on the scorecard. Those are little things that coaches are looking for. And that shows a mature player, shows a prepared player, shows a confidence player. Your body language, right? Like, are you putting your head down? Right. If you're putting your head down again, goes back to your preparation or it goes back to your maturity and toughness. And those are, again, that's something that a college coach is looking for. Defense stays consistent. How well are you playing defense? And when I say be consistent on defense, I'm talking about you just missed 5 shots. Are you still playing defense? That is something that a college coach is going to look at, right?
Yes.
So want to understand the difference between a confidence player and a player that is not confident. They still are locked in no matter the outcome, no matter the scoreboard, no matter their situation, no matter if they are 0 for 100, they are still doing the assignment that they're supposed to be doing. If a coach took them out the game, they're still on the bench cheering on their teammates. They're still making eye contact in the huddles. So those little things right there kind of just lets a recruiter know that you are a mature player, you are a confidence player, and you are very prepared. We probably just showed up to the bad game. We'll see you next time.
Because here's a quick little nugget, because those were some good recruiting nuggets right there. But your confidence shows in between plays. So if you want a coach to see how confident you are and how humble you are, they're gonna see it in between plays. So when you miss a shot, are you still confident? Are you still playing defense like Coach said? So your confidence can be shown in between plays, right? So just know that. Point blank, period. Right?
Point blank.
Y'all, we're all about getting better. We're all about giving you things beyond the box score. We love to challenge players, because at the end of the day, it's about being the best version of yourself. And that right here is why we got to give you a player challenge of the week. Give it to him, coach.
Yeah, identify one skill you avoid. That's your left hand. That's a free throw. If that's conditioning, because conditioning is a skill, right? Get 200 focus reps daily for 14 days. I just talked about that. I just talked about making sure my shooters are focused. You need to get 200 focus reps daily for 14 days, right? Track improvement, not praise, right? Track improvement, not praise. Write it down, jot it down. And then, that's pretty much it. Those are our 3 things. Identify one skill that you avoid. Get 200 focus reps daily for 14 days. Track improvement, not praise.
This is going to help grow your confidence, and it's going to help you stay disciplined through repetition. Remember, confidence compounds, and confidence is earned quietly in those little bitty hours, right? And God blesses those who put in disciplined effort. So accept the challenge or not. But if you want to be better, do it.
Get in the gym, prepare. Confidence isn't a feeling, it's a result.
And it's built long before the lights come on. Next episode, we're breaking down what film exposes that stats high.
And why the camera tells the truth every time.
This is Beyond
the Box Score.
Oh, I didn't hear the clap. Damn, that would have been so dope. I didn't hear the clap. I didn't hear it. Sorry.
You want to do it again?
Yes. This is Beyond the Box Score. You didn't even say it.
I tried.
The last one we did it. We did it together. We had it.
Okay.
After you clap.
Ready?
So after you clap, immediately say it.
All right, ready?
Yes.
It's on you.
This is
Beyond the Box
Score. Confidence is built in the dark. Week 5, we hit players' mentality. Week 6 is about to hit them technically. Stay tuned. Subscribe to our channel. If you want to be a better basketball player, subscribe to the channel. Follow our Instagram, Beyond the Box Score 101. Follow the IG. Thank y'all for tuning in. Smith, we out.
See y'all.